I'm back, everyone. Welcome to my pick, I should say. Yeah, I I decided to do something a little different this time around. I'm gonna make my weekly picks. I'm gonna make them tomorrow, though. Tonight, I'm gonna focus on what probably is the biggest game for the team that I root for in the last 9 years. I'm a big Tennessee Titans fan, as those who watch my channel know. Huge Tennessee Titans fan. Very critical of this team, very honest with this team in terms of their assessments, and very straight up, I should say. I am 9-0 this year when predicting Titans games. I've gotten 9 games right going into the week. I said we would lose to Oakland. I said we would beat Seattle and Jacksonville. I said we would lose to Houston and Miami. Houston, I said we would lose to with Mariota. Miami, I said we would lose without him. And I have predicted every single one of these wins as well. Now, tomorrow is going to be fun. This video, I'm going to be a mix between a fan who's biased, or no, I should just say a fan. I'm going to be a mix between a fan and a professional in this video. We're going to start from a fan standpoint. And this is also more of a message to other Tennessee Titans fans who are out there. And I know there are a lot of you. I'm in pages with Titans fans. Shout out to Bill Mann and Titans Tube, Caleb Clayton, and Justin Lowry. Shout out to you guys as well. And from a fan standpoint, and let me be real with you guys, we're 6-3. I mean, if we lose this game to the Pittsburgh Steelers, we're still fine. We're 6-4. Our next 4 games are against Jacoby Brissett, Tom Savage, John Skelton, or whoever the Cardinals starter quarterback, and C.J. Beathard, or however the heck you pronounce his name. You're kidding me, right? We lose this game 10-4. 10 wins, 4 losses, 2 games to go. And let's say we pull a Titans move and we drop one of those games we should win. We lose to the Colts or the Texans or the Cardinals or hell, even the Niners. We're 9-5. Have you seen the AFC the AFC wild card race? Have you seen it? Do you know who holds the 6th seed right now? The Buffalo Bills. The Bills still have to play Miami twice and New England twice. And look at how the Bills have looked recently, okay? Our competition for the 6th seed is the Bills, which I just brought up now. Miami? Okay, I know Miami owns a head-to-head against us, but they still have yet to play the Patriots twice as well. They're not going anywhere this year. Have you seen them over the last 3 weeks? They have been playing like garbage. 4-5. Not a problem. Next. Baltimore. Baltimore has the best chance out of these teams, I believe, to get there with us. But we beat Baltimore. So, therefore, we have a tiebreaker over them if for some reason we end up as the same record as them. Next up, same with Cincy, even though it'll take a miracle for them to get to the playoffs at this point. And the Raiders. Raiders scare me the most because we lost to them. But they still have to play the Chiefs. They still got to play the Cowboys, the Eagles, and this week against the Patriots. Tennessee's got this playoff spot down. I'm calling it now on lockdown. And honestly, considering what we have gone through over the last 2 years, going 2-14 and going 3-13, we need to be very, very grateful to be where we are now. I don't care if we lose 40-0 to these guys tomorrow night. Okay, I'm lying. I would care a little bit because A, that would be embarrassing. We'd be a joke and we'd be on Thursday Night Football, so that would suck. But everyone has gotten blown out this year. Every single team has lost by a lot this year, except for Philly, except for a small handful. But I mean, we need to not I guess not temper our expectations, but just know, fellow Titans fans, where we were, and we were just going into every single week just praying for just a W. It didn't matter how we got it. It didn't matter how many points we scored. It didn't matter how awful we looked. We just wanted to win something. I don't care who it was against. I don't care. We were losing by 30 points every single week in 2014. We were the jokes, the dreads of the NFL in 2014. 2015, not much better. We had Mariota, 3 wins, 13 losses. 5 games we won over a 2-year span. We're at 6 in 9 games here, fellas. Overall, we've won 15 of our last 25 games. We're 15-10 in our last 25 games. So, this game we should just see as more of a test than anything. Because, I mean, in my mind, Tennessee's going to the playoffs this year. If they don't go to the playoffs, it will be a major train wreck and disappointment, and will probably only happen, knock on wood, if Mariota gets hurt again. If he gets hurt again, then we fall back into the pack of teams fighting for the wild card spot. Jacksonville wins the division. We might fall out of it. Let's hope Mariota stays healthy. Now, and the reason I bring this up is, I mean, 6-3. This is our best start since 2008, and there's a lot of smack talk, trash going on with some Titans fans I know. Oh, we're this, we're that. We're gonna go in and beat this team. We're gonna relax. We haven't done anything yet. We're 6-3. Great. Guess what? We've gotten very lucky, Titans fans, that Deshaun Watson is out. Andrew Luck is out. We've gotten lucky this year. And we gotta just embrace the fact that we're going to the playoffs. Because I've seen everything I need to see from this Titans team. I've seen us beat good teams on the road. Jacksonville Jaguars. We blew them out in their place. I've seen them be competitive in games against the Raiders, against what we thought was a good team. I've seen this team beat very solid playoff teams over the last 2 years now. Green Bay, Seattle, Kansas City. I've seen what I need to see. I've seen them struggle against teams they're supposed to blow out, but still manage to find a way to escape in the end. In an away stadium. That happened in Cleveland this year. I've seen this team fight and claw back after being up all game, only to, oh, by the way, you're losing now, and you got to go get a game-winning drive. I saw that against Cincy. I saw the pressure be put on to Tennessee, and the pressure coming from a Ravens team that was building momentum, and then we went down and scored a touchdown. I've seen everything I need to see from this team to know that this is a team that's capable of playing with anyone. Are they going to get blown out once in a while? Yeah. Every team gets blown out. I mean, we'll start. We'll just focus on the AFC for a sec. Starting the AFC North, the Jaguars blew out the Steelers. Jaguars blew out the Ravens. Ravens blew out the Bengals. Everyone's blown out the Browns. That's just the AFC North. Let's go to the South. Houston blew out Tennessee. Numerous teams have blown out the Colts. The Rams have blown out the Texans. And Tennessee blew out Jacksonville. To the East, the Bills just got steamrolled by the Saints. The Jets got steamrolled by the Raiders. The Patriots lost by 2 touchdowns to the Chiefs. And the New York Jets, no, I've already mentioned the Jets. The Dolphins get blown up by everyone, it seems. And now we'll go to the West. Kansas City closer than most. Lost to, who was it? Yeah, they lost to the Cowboys. That was probably their biggest blowout, even though it was a competitive game. But still, they lost by more than one score to I believe, to the Dallas Cowboys. The Chargers have they've gotten their fair share. The Broncos have gotten blown out recently by everyone, and the Raiders have been blown out by Buffalo. Every single team in the AFC has been blown out. Every single one of them. Doesn't matter how. Doesn't matter by how many points. This is the NFL. You got to show up to play. That is what determines whether or not you win or lose in this league. It's not about who's good or who's bad. Unless you're Cleveland, it just doesn't matter. I mean, we see it every week. And this, I'm excited because once Tennessee makes the playoffs, assuming Mariota stays healthy, once Tennessee makes the playoffs, I know we can compete with Jacksonville. I've seen it this year. I know we can compete with Kansas City. We beat them last year with a worse roster. I know we can compete with Pittsburgh, depending on what we do tomorrow against them. I know we can compete with whoever the hell the 6th seed is. That's four of this. I didn't even mention New England. We haven't had a chance to play New England yet. I know we can be competitive. I've seen it. I've seen proof of it. If we make the playoffs, it doesn't matter what your record was. It doesn't matter what you did against anyone. All that matters is whether you show up to play the game. And it would mark the end of an era, I feel like. A stressful, tumultuous era where Titans fans have literally been just ridiculed, just downtrodden, one of the worst teams in the league over a certain span. 2008, crap, really crap, better. My hands are not even on the screen anymore. 2008 to 2017 can sandwich and put an official end to the futility that Tennessee has had over the last 9 years. Once, because it's still open right now. The wounds are open. That's what this is indicating. 2008 on. The wound is still open. I just want to make the playoffs. I don't care how we get there. I just want to make the playoffs. Because once we do, we can close that gap. We can end that streak of non-playoff appearances, and we could start a new era from 2017 on, where we no longer have a playoff deficit. You see what playoff deficits do to teams? You see what it's done to Buffalo over the last 20 years? Once a team finally makes the playoffs, I know some of these players haven't been part of these rosters. I understand that. But once I feel like a team finally makes the playoffs for the first time in a long time, it starts a new era. A new era where future playoff appearances can come, and you're not waiting for that next playoff appearance anxiously like we have been for a long time. If we can sit at home and say, I don't care how we get there either. I don't care how bad our negative point differential is. If we're 9-7 and we squeak into the playoffs, guess what? We're better than 20 other teams in the league. 20 other teams that are sitting at home wishing they were us. That's all I got to say. So, Tennessee Titans fans, especially with the upcoming schedule, kick back on this game tomorrow. Relax. Hope for health. Pray for health. And just watch this team. If we lose by 30, oh well. We get easy opponents for the next 4 weeks. I mean, we could blow 1 or 2 of those games, but like I said, who is going to nab that 6 seed? 8-8, I think, is going to get that 6 seed. We already have 6 wins. We just got to get 2 more. That means 3 and we're safe. 9-7, we'll get that 6 wildcard spot easily. Are you kidding me? So, if we lose this game tomorrow by 30, I'm content with it. Might not look good in the national media, but I don't care what they think. If we make the playoffs, we make the playoffs. That's pretty much this moral of the story here, guys. And honestly, my honest assessment of this game is that it's going to be close. Pittsburgh is a 7-point favorite. I don't think that's smart to pick Pittsburgh -7 in this game, considering that the last I think 5 times they were a 7-point favorite at home, they failed to cover, and they're 1-4 in those games. This is a team that they play up and down to their level of competition, kind of the same way Tennessee does. That's why no one has paid attention to Tennessee recently, because we got blown out by the Texans, cool. But people forget this year that this is the same Titans team that went to Jacksonville and beat the shit out of them, and ended up beating the shit out of Seattle too at home, until Seattle made a close game in the fourth quarter. But damn, it was 30-14 in that game at one point against the Seahawks, who are also 6-3. So I've seen what I need to see. We know Tennessee is capable of beating anyone, and Tennessee plays up and down to their level of competition just like the Steelers do. Tennessee's been playing down to their level of competition because they haven't been facing good competition these last couple weeks. Pittsburgh wins this game 26-21. That's my gut. I could be wrong, so you could pick Steelers -7 if you want. Couple stats to reel off before I clock in and head to bed. First of all, my picks video for the other games is coming out tomorrow. I won't forget about that. Next up, just a couple stats to reel off to you. For some of you who are unaware or don't know, I do a lot of real digging. Where's my phone? Crap. Oh, it was somewhere. Well, anyways, that information was on my phone, but I think I remember it off the top of my head. The Tennessee Titans under Marcus Mariota has only lost by double digits one time since 2015. This was in week 1 this year against the Oakland Raiders, which was a 7-point game late in the game that the Raiders put out of reach by kicking a field goal with about 2 minutes left. Tennessee was in that game and very competitive in that game. They lost with this is with a healthy Marcus Mariota, by the way. This is from Marcus Mariota playing from start to finish. This is start to finish Marcus Mariota. This isn't Marcus starting, getting hurt halfway, and then Marcus Mariota. This is start to finish, guys. And when Marcus Mariota has played from start to finish in a game, Tennessee, what the hell is that? Tennessee is 9-1 in their last 10 games when Marcus Mariota has played the entire game. You want me to rattle those off for you? We'll start backwards, okay? 1-0 Bengals, 2-0 Ravens, 3-0 Browns, 4-0 Colts, 5-0 Seahawks. We're skipping the Dolphins and the Texans when Mariota got hurt. 5-0 Seahawks, 6-0 Jaguars, 6-1 Raiders, and then going back to last year, Texans, and then the Jaguars game Mariota got hurt in. He didn't play in start to finish in that. So we're 6-1 right now. 7-1 Kansas City Chiefs, 8-1 Denver Broncos, 9-1 Chicago Bears. This is dating to week 14 or 13 of last year. 9-1 this guy is. I mean, the last time he's lost by more than 10 points in a game that wasn't competitive was against the Jets in 2015, when the Jets had Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Jets still had Brandon Marshall, they still had Eric Decker, and they went 10-6 that year. Mariota doesn't. And to further off of this statistic, full healthy game Marcus Mariota, 32 games. In all but two of them, Tennessee has been within 7 points of the lead in the fourth quarter in games they were losing. What's that mean? They've been in every single game. Every single game this team is in with Marcus Mariota playing. Do we have any reason to believe that anything will be any different, especially against the Steelers, who only average 20 points a game? There's a bug. That's all I'm going to say, guys. 26-21, I believe Pittsburgh wins. Tennessee's win streak snaps at 4. My record will improve to 10-0 on picking Tennessee Titans games this year. And I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm content with it. I'm looking forward to seeing how this team does tomorrow. I'm looking forward to seeing how much of a fight they put up against one of the best teams in the NFL. New England and Pittsburgh are in the AFC penthouse right now. Tennessee's knocking on the door and Pittsburgh's answering. Let's see if we can respond. That is my video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys all next time.